the fifth trumpet judgment. Revelation 9:1, when the fifth angel blew his trumpet, I saw a star that had fallen to earth, from the sky. The star was given the key to the shaft of the bottomless pit. It opened the shaft of the bottomless pit, and smoke came out of the shaft, like the smoke from a large furnace. The smoke darkened the sun and the air. Locusts came out of the smoke onto the earth, and they were given power like the power of earthly scorpions. They were told not to harm any grass, green plant, or tree, on the earth. They could harm only the people who do not have the seal of God on their foreheads. They were not allowed to kill them. They were only allowed to torture them, for 5 months. Their torture was like the pain of a scorpion sting. At that time people will look for death and never find it. They will long to die, but death will escape them. The locusts looked like horses prepared for battle. They seemed to have crowns that looked like gold, on their heads. Their faces were like human faces. They had hair like women's hair and teeth like lions' teeth. They had breastplates like iron. The noise from their wings was like the roar of chariots, with many horses rushing into battle. They had tails and stingers like scorpions. They had the power to hurt people with their tails, for 5 months. This judgment may describe the dropping of a nuclear bomb, for John describes something falling from the sky, which looked like a star. This could in fact describe a bomb, which causes smoke to rise from the earth. If this is what John was describing, then the next World War will start with the dropping of this nuclear bomb. And out of the smoke, John describes a strange creature which looked to him like a mixture of man, locust and scorpion. I believe John may in fact have been describing military attack helicopters, which will come from the nation who has been attacked. John describes these creatures afflicting mankind from their tails. The poison which these strange creatures affect mankind with is described like a neurotoxin, creating extreme agony and a form of paralysis. The stinging of mankind could relate to chemical weapons and could be an amazing description of modern attack helicopters, spraying chemical weapons from their tails. The Apostle John described the vision God gave him as accurately as he could, using the most familiar terms of the time he lived in. We know that what John describes as locusts are not literal locusts, because literal locusts destroy green growing things. But John's locusts only hurt men, and do not hurt the green growing things. In Revelation 9 verse 3, they are shaped like locusts, which is a good description of the shape of modern attack helicopters. They looked like horses prepared for battle. Decked out with all kinds of battle equipment, they had armor plating and wings that sounded like many chariots pulled by horses running to battle. An excellent description of a modern helicopter's rotor blades. John says they had breastplates. Modern helicopters use boron armor plating, which is stronger than steel and lighter than aluminum. They had upturned tails like scorpions, and their stings came out of their tails. A helicopter's tail is upturned, and the chemical spray bar sticks out the rear. In the front where a locust's face would be, they had men's faces. And indeed looking through a cockpit window, you can see the pilot's face. John said the men wore crowns of gold. This could easily be their helmets and visors. John described them as having long hair. The reference to long hair is in fact the wires, which come out of the helmets. Also they had teeth like lions. Many attack helicopters have teeth painted around the lower front of the fuselage. The weapons John saw in Revelation chapter 9 do not hurt the environment. Modern chemical weapons have been developed to do exactly that, hurt the soldiers but not the environment. The soldiers are incapacitated, but not killed. For chemical weapons attack the nervous system, exactly like a scorpion's sting. The people John saw were incapacitated, and wanted to die, to escape the pain, but were physically unable to kill themselves. An incredible 2,000-year-old description of modern helicopter gunships and chemical weapons. And this attack will continue for 5 months. Thank you for listening. Please see our other broadcasts on the end days. This program has no copyright and may be distributed freely.